Hi everyone, so today I'm super excited to share the new BetterPress Christmas plates collection with you. I do have a few examples. There are several other plates that are also now available and part of the July releases for Spellbinders. So these items were sent free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those if you would like. Again, if you're a member of Spellbinders Club Kits, any of the Club Kits, you get 10% off automatically. The pricing that you see, when you click over login is included in 10% off. So that's always a great perk. So these guys, again, these are the new BetterPress. Like I said, there are several other plate sets. These are the ones I chose to work with this month. So this is like this first one's called Peace on Earth, and it is literally the wording Peace on Earth, and it makes a really nice focal point for your card, or even on the inside of your card, right? So I'll give you a sizing. It's just about 3 3/4, but maybe like 2 1/4 ish. So I put this one up front because this next one I feel like they can pair together. Oh, as I'm going through this, I do want to make mention, obviously we'll play with some of these today. I have the basic colors, but they are coming out with, if they're not already available, 2 new sets of ink colors, the BetterPress inks, and they definitely include like bright reds and like greens, like more Christmassy and just more everyday colors, but fun colors, right? So I will link them if they're available, but if not, they might be in the coming soon section when you see them there, because I did see them on the site, but I don't remember again if they were if I saw them because they were released or if I saw them because they were in the coming soon. But definitely I'm going to grab those because I want to have all the different colors to play with. So this one's called Evergreen Branches, and it's just sets of branches, as you can see. I think I saw one example of this one. It was really cute, just a branch there, on the page, or on the card topper, and they put like a little twine bow and then like a sentiment, and it looks really simple and lovely and gorgeous. So just an idea. 3 1/4-ish on that one, almost 2 inches wide, and the other ones are just, about the same, 3 1/4 or so. So nice sized branches. Let's see here. We have this, we're getting to more of the plates, the larger kind of like card fronts. So this is Festive Noel, and it is just such a gorgeous design. I love the classic look of it. If you want to color in these little bits here, or just leave it as the way it is. So you have that beautiful Noel. And a lot of times with these guys, they will give you the sizing there on the Spellbinder site, guys. So I just give it a quick measure, but if you want, for each one, they will give you measurements. I would say 4 1/4 tall and maybe 3 1/2 wide on that one. And again, that's a topper type thing. This one's really sweet. It has 2 plates. It's called Christmas Greetings. And look at the little cardinal or little birdie, however you want to color them. I'm thinking cardinal just because of winter and stuff, and that beautiful pop of red would be really fun. Pine cones and things, and the word Christmas Greetings. That is separate, so you can definitely use that wherever you would like, or in conjunction with each other, as you can see here. And this one is, I would say, 5 1/4 maybe, or 5-ish, between 5 and 5 1/4 inches long. So that's great for lots of different card sizes, and about 3 inches deep, and then the wording there. And this one is just gorgeous. I'm going to have a lot of fun with both of these. I feel like they're just going to make a nice background. This one obviously has the sentiments. Maybe you do some coloring, to make it pop. With this one, I would just put on top another sentiment that's popped up, or maybe some little flowers or some holly sprigs or whatever, and then have it that way. But this one is called Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Gorgeous. You can see there, very classic, super cool. And this is a topper, so he's about 5 1/4, I would say, by, probably 4, yeah, so you have that 1/4 inch all around. Really, really gorgeous. And then this guy is Merry Christmas World, and I was just looking, I'm like, oh, how cute, because I saw a little tree there, but I didn't really realize all the different ways to say Merry Christmas are on here, and that's why it's called Merry Christmas World. Even this little like scroll here, Merry Christmas, and of course things I cannot pronounce, Je Noël, and Feliz Navidad. I know those, but the other ones I'm not too familiar there, but there you go. Happy Christmas, which is very sweet because that's how they say it in the UK. And this guy is just about 5 inches tall, I would say, and 3 3/4. So the sizing is very nice for matte layering for like A2 cards. Just gorgeous. So today, maybe we'll play with both of these. Let me think about what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab my BetterPress, my inks, and we'll get right to it. So I just grabbed my plate here. I do have full sets of the cotton, paper, and I think think in my last video I might have shown you just using heavyweight paper. It looks great too. So I grabbed these guys because I do have it in the gray color. I think what I want to call it pebble. The alabaster and porcelain. I don't know if you can see the very slight differences. So I thought, well, let's do one on gray just for funsies. You know, it can be more of like maybe a gentleman's, you know, Christmas card. I don't know. So I have this gray or the pebble color, and hopefully you can see the difference between porcelain and alabaster. Very light, slight differences. So today I'm just going to grab that one, and we'll do one in gray just for funsies. And so these are my inks, and these are the inks that I have right now. Again, these are the 2 original sets, but they did come out with some other colors, again, including red, which I really love, because I think last time I was going to do something Christmassy, I was like, oh, I would like to have red, and I didn't, right? So I have these guys. So today we're still going to work with this. Once I get some new colors in, we will try those guys out, of course. I did want to talk about re-inkers, even though these are brand new, so I don't have to re-ink them at all, but let's just pretend you need to re-ink them. So they do have re-inkers for all the colors that are available right now. So Wild Berry, all you're going to do is just take this beautiful stuff and just squeeze it on there. I just want to show you just in case, I don't know if you're ready for re-inking. Again, this is a very new thing. I don't think any of us need to re-ink quite yet, but if you do, just kind of add it on there and just let it soak in. I don't want to do too much because then it's going to be, you know, but you see, it just kind of pulls it in and you'll have your juicy ink pad again, okay? So, you know, I was just barely squeezing it, and that seems to be about as much as it needs. And even at that, like I said, it didn't really need re-inking. I just want to show you how easy it is to re-ink this or any other ink pad, basically. So, there we go. Okay, let me cut down some of my papers, and we'll just get started. I don't know why I always put them back in this little packaging. Why not? But I'll be right back. Get started. Let's go with this one on this gray, and it'll just be simply just putting this on that gray paper, and that'll be it. And then I'll probably die cut it. That's why I just left this paper. I didn't even measure it. I'm pretty sure it's the size I would need, as you can see there. Yes, you can put these in your foil machines, but do not bring your foil machine plates to the BetterPress. They're thicker and it could possibly damage this, but Spellbinders will tell you that you can use these in there. They just said they're not sure how long they'll keep up because, you know, these are special plates, and if you're heating it and heating it and heating it, that's not what their intention was, but maybe, you know, every once in a while to use them for that. I have not tried it yet, and I probably will not try it, but I know, I think Spellbinders has also made videos using them, and I'm sure other creators have. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with, oh, blue would be really pretty, but let's go with black, right? Which actually I already have an open one, but I'll use this one. And again, it's magnetic. There are refill plates. If you want to just pick up more of these plates, you can definitely do that. They look perfect. Nothing really happens to them. They get ink on them because that's how I do it. If you want to cover it with something, you know, go ahead. But it's the nature of the beast. I'm okay. And then I put all 3 shims that the BetterPress comes with are down in here. So that's the thickness that I have going. This paper is going to go right here, of course, and basically I'm just going to take a quick look. It's just here, right within the A2. So let's just go ahead and bring that over and pretty much line that up. And if, you know, you have to shift it, what I would do is then shift the magnet instead of shifting my paper up here. And I do have a little extra paper, which I would say is something you should do because you never really know where it goes to. Oh, do I have ink on my hand somewhere? I think I do because I got ink on here. So I'm going to turn this over and that way we'll ink on this side that doesn't have ink on it. Now you can put tape on all 4 corners. Actually, I have some tape here that's already been used a couple times, so I'll do that. You don't want to use tape that's too sticky because this paper is cotton and it definitely will lift up that like first layer. So obviously with this I'm going to die cut it. I don't really care what's going to happen to the corners, but if you really need your paper to be like right on, just be careful with it. And that looks great. And let's just ink this guy up and go for it. Okay, so it'll just be simply something like this. And again, so this guy has not been used before. Like I said, I have other ones, so what I'm going to do is really pounce, and you kind of give it a zhuzh. I'm still holding the plate down here even though this is magnetic, so just, you know, it shouldn't move because of the magnets, but so you're kind of doing a shimmy and a pat, pat, pat. Okay, just so you are sure that you're getting a nice coating of ink. Again, these pads, they're different from other pads because they're just like a fabric. If they were that squishy kind of foam stuff, it would squish through to the plate where you don't want ink, and then it's just a whole problem. So, but if you have other ink pads that are like this kind of thing, you can try them, you know. If they are water-based, they might want to repel, but you never know. Try it out. There's some scrap paper. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then this will just sit on top and it doesn't squish down until you actually put it in your machine, so that's always nice. And like I said, this top plate you can use on the front side, the back side. As you can see, it's upside down, backwards, or whatever. And it'll still connect and be just fine, so you don't have to have it like a certain way for it to work. And once you get it in here, it'll just squish down. And I'm just turning the handle very slowly, give it some time to really suck in that ink. And okay, I usually don't do it this slowly, but I'm doing that for you guys, especially because this one's very intricate. So I just want to make sure everything goes on there really well. And we can remove that, pop it up. I mean, look at that, you guys. And again, I was right at the top of my paper, so if I use a die, I'm gonna put it right at the top, right, to get that. But super gorgeous. Look how delicate, not texture, but design next to that. Crazy. So nice. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this to the side. Let's ink this up with one other color. So I'm just gonna wipe it with some paper, but you can definitely use the Ranger product that they have to remove the ink, but I'm just gonna go move on to like a different color. But I'm gonna just wipe it with a paper towel. I'll be right back. So let's put this back over here. Just where I think it's pretty dry. And again, I'm gonna put this right in the A2 and see if that lines up pretty well. So this porcelain paper, what I did was, I'm sorry, alabaster, should I say, right? It's the white one. I don't remember which one's which right now. I just cut down my sheet of paper. It's A2 size, so I just did 4 sections, which are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that's what I have here. So if I end up die cutting or if I just use it, that's fine too. I just want to see if it's lined up in a good spot. That should work. Okay. Alright. And Christmas with the colors that I have, let's go with blue. I don't know, something like that. And so same thing I did before, I'm just going to go do carefully all across this. And I've used this one before, so that's why it's a little, like the pigment is ready to go. But I'm just going to do the same thing and I'll be right back. Make sure my lettering is really nice and done. Alright. And same thing. Just going to take this guy, pop it back on there, and run it through slowly, and I will be right back. Okay, let's get this guy out. Oh, gorgeous. I mean, it's obviously going to be perfect as long as you're covering it with your ink. It's just looking great. Okay, let's try out the other plate and I'll be right back. So I'm going to clean up a little bit. So let's try out this other one. And oopsie, in the meantime, I went and checked something. Yes, porcelain is the white and bisque is the other one. I don't know why I came up with the other name, but anyway, bisque is the one that's a little more creamy colored. This is so cute. I love the way it looks like a little stamp. Oh, adorable. Okay. So again, same thing, you know, you just put it on your chase. They call it a chase. I don't know. I'm not too technical. I just put it on here, my magnetic plate. I probably will use a die on this one, so again, if it's straight or not isn't my biggest worry. And then again, my paper is here. And you know, initially when I was showing you guys this, there are 2 sides of the paper, obviously, and one is a little more textured and one's a little bit less textured. It's negligible, the look of it, but you know, use whichever side you like for the actual print to go on. And this is going to be very much like what we've just been showing, so I'm going to get this guy. Oh, you know what? Why don't we do something fun with this, just because, why not? So let's do something a little bit different. That guy's ready. I'm going to grab mulberry and Wild Berry. So this one's very pink, and this one's much deeper, but I think it'll be fun to kind of mix up the colors. So let's see. Oh, I just juiced this up, didn't I, too? Okay, so let's start light to dark. Sure. I'm not pushing very hard on this one because, again, I just put that re-ink when it didn't need it, like, at all. So I just don't want to end up with too much ink. So that looks really cute. I love that pink. And then we'll go into this one. So I'm using the darker one second because when you go to kind of melt these together, you don't really want that to be on your lighter one because it'll bring in that darker color. So with the dark color, the light won't matter as much if you get a little bit of that light in here. Oh, I did have a little piece of fiber. Sometimes, you know, on the very edge, a little piece of fiber might come loose. So just kind of pay attention to that and just get rid of it when you see that, so it doesn't end up hurting your image in any way. I think that's pretty much ready to go. It's not really gonna be an ombre because I just kind of went from one to the next, but that'll be great. Let me make sure this is, yeah. Okay, and I'm just gonna run this through and I'll be right back. Take a look at this one. This will be fun. I haven't done this before. Yeah, so it's a little bit of the pink and then the purple, you know, kind of going in there. Again, I wasn't going for a real, like, ombre of it because then I would probably come back with the pink, but that's really cute. I love the color change on that. Let me wipe this down and we'll do another one, probably just in black or something, and I'll be right back. Let's go ahead and remove that. I'll try to finish up one, maybe two cards today. What I'm doing is making backgrounds because I'm making backgrounds right now so that we can put them in, you know, other projects, other videos. You know, I have like fun die cuts and things that I want to play with also. So I think that'll be fun to match those kinds of things up. So I probably make one or two cards today, and then we'll go from there. So again, same thing. I'm going to tape down the corners, just ink this up with black ink, just like you've been seeing, and I'll run it through and I'll be back. Right, so just inked up and ready to go. I'm looking gorgeous. Wow, what can I say? All right, I'm going to clean up and then we're going to put some cards together. Okay guys, so I have some fun things here. I'm just going to look at something. So we have our different backgrounds here. And for this one, the one that's a little more gentlemanly, I did bring out my fluted rectangles. I don't know how much of this is going to show, but what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop this through here. You know, I picked this glitter. I don't know that you're really going to see the flutes on that, so maybe I'll still do it, but what I'm going to do is trim this one down really close. Since at the top it's really close, I'm just going to trim it super close to the edges, and then this will be my outer piece for that one card. Okay, so an A2 size card with this fluted rectangle. Of course, we tape this down, run it through. But like I said, you may not see the little flutes just because it's glitter paper. Okay, but I will be right back. Look at this beautiful thing. Oh, you can see a little bit of the fluting. That's really nice on the edges. So this covers, I think, the whole A2 card front. So let's just make sure that that's opening the right way. And then this guy, I just cut it down to as close as I could to the imagery there, and it looks like it's basically 5 1/4 by 4. So that's really great. Well, let's get this guy stuck down. And of course, if you want, you know, some more dimension, you can definitely like pop this up, or however you want, if you want on dimensionals. I think for right now, what I'm going to do is just glue it down flat around there. So I'm just going to put something heavy on top, which is generally my plates. And then I'll show you what that looks like. And I'll be right back. Just going to hold that down. While this is kind of sitting under that, getting flat, I'm just going to take this this one and cut it down. So I do have this really cute set, the Postage Edge die set. This is too small, and then this one is too big in a way that doesn't copy the exact postage edge. So this one right here would cut right in the center area, which is really cute if you want to do that. And then make your own postage edge with the next die up. The die set I just showed you also does not have quite the right size to just cut around here. So I'm just going to cut that down on my guillotine. Just get as close as I can to the little postage edge, and then we'll go from there. See this guy. And then it's just one simple card. Again, if you're making like tons of these, just keep popping them out, and they're going to look really great, right? Really cute with that glittery edge. Okay, so let's work on our next card. So we have our standard A2 size card base. Again, if you're making your own, it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. We have this little topper that, you know, I just cut right around it. I didn't really measure it, so it's just going to be something that you pop on top of these guys. I have this really fun like candy stripe paper, and basically I'm going to use this one to cut that out. And then, yeah, so I'm just gonna cut this one out, and then that is the biggest one. Actually, this die set makes a 5x7, so this is basically your 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just matte layer. Obviously this one's too big for what I was gonna go for, and I could definitely make this into a 5x7, but for now I'm just gonna cut this, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we have this guy. Just removing that carefully, since I have used these a couple times. See, after it gets used a few times, it gets really sticky, and then it can do something like that. So just be careful after reusing your pieces. I think once you use that kind of tape enough, you kind of have an idea of when it's like going to be really sticky. So I love that. Oh my gosh. What I'm going to do is take a little bit of black paper and trim it down for behind here. So if this is my whole, you know, card topper basically, and this guy's just inside of that. It looks like it's about 4 inches, a little bit smaller than 4 inches, probably by, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so let's do, if we do the full 4 inches by 5 1/8, I think that'll be good. I'll be right back. It was closer to 4 by almost 5 1/4 actually, because that left more of a matte layer around the edges. I know it's hard to see right now. Let's go ahead and glue this guy down. I'm gonna glue those two together, but then I'm going to, I think, use some the wax seal from last month's kit. So just give me a moment here, just to add some texture, and it'll be really fun, I think. So we have those guys. Cute, and hopefully you can kind of see that black edge and how it pops a little more now, right there. These two I'm going to glue together, and then I'm going to go grab my wax seal items, and I'll be right back. So let's put this aside. We're going to use this. We're going to put that to the side. I might incorporate a little bit of fiber in there. I do want to show you that Spellbinders also has these new wax seal stamp adhesive circles. So it's just double-sided, really nice, strong adhesive. I'm going to go for it right on here, so I'm going to do this more organically. But if you make your seals ahead of time, you can have that to pop things on, you know, later. So let's open this up. Ooh, actually, I don't know why within here I have some things stored. It should just be the kit, but look at these. So, I mean, just adding sprigs like this, you know, to something with the background will look really lovely too. So let's get that. I'm going to use the gold that's in here. There's already some red on here that I did not clean up last time because I thought, oh, I'll just use it next time, but I don't know that I want the gold and red. Actually, it might be okay, but I'm just going to warm it up and then clean it out. So let me just get ready for that. Let's put this guy to the side. I'm gonna turn on this little candle. These little candles are from the dollar store. They're not the best because they burn out pretty quick because the wick burns out before the candle wax really melts. So, you know, they're okay. I'm gonna let that warm up, and I'm gonna wipe it out with a paper towel, but I'll be right back. Warming up, I'll get my seal out. So again, this is the July seal, so hopefully you have yours already if you are a club member. And again, it does have a way to look at it, right? Because the word joy is in there. So I'll probably pop it like here somewhere. I don't know. I have this gold, and this is already melting down pretty well. So again, you can just use it with the next project, right? But since I'm not wanting this reddish color in here, actually what I was wanting was like a berry red to really match the background paper. So that's kind of why I didn't go with the red from July. It's a little more berry kind of red. All right, so what we're gonna do is at least 4 of these guys, if not 5 for this, since I am putting fibers in there. Oh, we got 5, okay. And since I'm impatient a little bit, I like to kind of lay these out so they'll be nice and flat so the heat just hits them really quickly. Yeah, I think my fire's already, my flame's getting kind of low already. Okay, I'm gonna let that melt down and I'll be right back. While that's going, I just remembered I want to use some fiber. So again, just something fun. I mean, you can just kind of wrap it in your fingers or just one little layer. It doesn't, just something fun. That's all I'm looking for. So let's see, maybe something like this and a little bit looser. And maybe just stick it right there. And now I can put a little bit of glue to hold it down. I wasn't really planning on it, so here we are. But let's pretend if you had some glue, you can definitely do that. Oh, that's cute right there. Maybe I'll put a little bit of glue that dries kind of quickly, just to help me keep that where I want it. I'm gonna hold that until it's a little bit drier, and this is almost ready. Yeah, a little bit of glue there will help this, and this is almost ready. You can see there's still some bits that are still hardened. Again, I used 5, which is probably the most I've ever used. And then we have Joy here. Make sure it's looking at us the right way, right? Like that. And that should be good. So I'm gonna wipe that. And this is a little bit of an oval wax seal, so maybe I'm gonna kind of spread this out in more of an oval way, so we can get a nice shape from it. I'm kind of even shaping it with my little spoon. And then I'll bring this over and just pop it right here. Kind of eyeballing that some comes out the back, out the front. And I'm gonna let it sit just there, okay? I'll be back. And in the meantime, if I'm not gonna use gold next time, like, I don't know, obviously I have no plan for that yet, go ahead and wipe it out. When the wax is still melty, it just comes out really easily. Okay, just, oh, came right up. So cute, and you can see the little word Joy there. Now, it already has a lot of sentiment, a lot of things going on, so like if I wanted this to pop, I would go over it maybe with some Bic marker ink, or like the Marvy Cheetah inks, I think that they are, that Spellbinders has on their site, and you can add something there, but there's a lot going on already, and I love that just kind of being just another accent piece there. So we're gonna take this guy and just glue it down, and that is another really fun card. Again, the whole thing with the BetterPress is that you can just crank them out and you have all these backgrounds that are gonna look perfect every time, and you can do it pretty quickly, right? Just the time it takes to ink it up, which is not that long. And you can make a ton of cards very quickly. Now I showed you how to add like more texture to them, but you can definitely just have them as a note card, a topper, however. So for today, we have these two. Oh, and bring it up a little more over here, if I can. There we go. It's kind of stuck already, but there we go. All right. These two cards. And then some backgrounds that I have to play with for next time, and then some new plates to play with also next time. So keep an eye out. Thank you so much, Spellbinders, for sending these items for review. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.